Alright, welcome everybody. Today I'm going to be going over how to export from Maya into UDK. Alright. Okay, start off I'm going to import an FBX, and I'm going to be using FBX because that's what UDK takes. So click import. I already have a file ready on my desktop called candleholder lowpoly01.fbx. Alright, blah blah blah, import. Okay, cool, here it is. Alright, looks good. Now you might think this is good. Yeah, this is good. It looks reasonably sized on the grid, but you would be very wrong. If you were to import this into UDK right now, it would laugh at you and it would make it really tiny. Let's go ahead and do that real quick, just so you can see. And I can also go over how to export and import into UDK at the same time. Alright, so first off, select it, go to File, Export Selection, and go ahead and hit that little option box right there. File type FBX export, and also click on Edit Preset. Odds are you have not done this already, so go ahead and click that button. Alright, you're going to see all this mumbo jumbo, blah blah blah. It's confusing, and don't worry about it. All we need is to click smoothing groups. Make sure that is checked on. That is good. UDK will yell at you if it cannot find smoothing groups, and plus it will look like crap whenever it's pulled in there. Alright, that's cool, and scroll down and then click on FBX file format. Alright, type binary. Yes, that's fine. Now here's where it's important. Depending on your version of UDK that you are working with, it will not accept newer versions. For example, I'm working with UDK 2012. Therefore, I need FBX 2012 because I'm working with Autodesk Maya 2013. Alright, so make sure that's the right version, and then hit close. You don't have to save the preset. It's already saved for use for right now. And click Export Selection. And go ahead and save over that. You want to replace? Of course. Alright. Jump over to UDK. Alright. Let's go to light mode. Yeah, much prettier. Okay. Pull up your content browser. Import. Navigate to your mesh. Open. Don't worry about this stuff. That's all fine on default. Package, grouping, name, all looks good. Okay. Now let's just drag it and drop it. And problem. It kind of looks like we have something there, but we don't see it. The reason is it's freaking uber small. Obvious issues here. You know, it might look fine if you zoom up really close to it like that, but no, just no. It's way off. So now you know why that's bad. So we need to make this thing much bigger. First off, let's size our grid. Go to Display, Grid, Options box. Size this up to 512. And then let's do 16, 1, and then apply and close. Alright, now we're at UDK grid. This needs to be much bigger. Let's go ahead and just start scaling this up. Go into your orthographic view, Shift A, focus all, and hold on just a second, I'm getting a message. Just 1 second. Alright, with the grid resized, now we have to match this up to the robot in UDK. So the robot is 96 units tall, and so we need to make sure we get this. This thing's supposed to be around half the size of a person, so half of 96. Let's go ahead and go to our front view, and then we're going to pull out a measurement tool, a ruler, so we can tell how many units we need this thing to be. So go to Create, Measure Tools, Distance Tool. This thing is great because if you just turn on grid snapping right here, and then you left click, put a point down, and then since this is what 16 units, like UDK units, the robot is actually like 6 of these, so half. So 1, 2, 3, and that's 48. That is half of 96. So that's how tall this candle holder needs to be. So obviously right now it's a little ridiculously sized. So okay, let's get our scale tool, drop this down. You want to make sure you're scaling uniformly. Pull it up. Oh, my grid snap's still on. Turn that off. Alright, that's about half. That's good enough. Alright, cool. So now we have it at the right size we need it to be for UDK, for the UDK assets. Now we just need to set up the center for UDK export. Now you might think that it's in a good spot right now because it's directly in the center, just above the grid, like it's sitting on the grid. That's actually not the most ideal spot for it. Most ideal would be the center being at the corner. So that way you can fit this candle holder in UDK nice and snug against a wall or a corner, just like that. And whenever the level designers use this and they need to rotate it around, it will pivot around that corner so that they can still fit it pretty much anywhere they need to fit it. Alright, so that's actually not bad right there. I think I might just leave it at that. But let me go ahead and go to the front view because it's always good to check this. Zoom in, go over here to the right, and if you click Translate Y, and then middle mouse click and drag, it actually moves it in only the Y axis. Like no matter where I move my mouse, it's only locked in the axis. So I can get some pretty precise movement. Zoom in a little bit more, and I want it to be just above. You don't want it to go past because then you'll have Z fighting. That would be bad. You want to have it just above. And that's good. And let's get the X axis. And actually, you know what? We're not going to fit that snug because whenever the level designers drop it into UDK, we don't want it touching the wall. So the X axis and the Z axis, you just want to kind of eyeball it. That looks okay right there. A little bit more. Yeah, that's just a little bit more. Alright, that's looking good to me. Alright, cool. Now let's export this thing. Select it, File, the export selection, and hitting the menu option or the options box. And we already did everything before, but let's go over it again. FBX export, edit presets, FBX file format, 2012, because that's what I'm using smoothing groups on. Cool beans, close. Export selection, overwrite the old file. You want to replace it? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because review is always good. Yes to all. Alright, import, candle holder, low poly 1, open, blah blah blah. Good. And now we can actually see this thing on the preview. Let's drop it in, and great. Oops, my controls. I can't be the only one who gets mixed up with camera controls, right? I'm sure some of you out there have the same problem. Okay, now, alright, perfect. Now you notice, as soon as I just dropped it in, it was already on the floor. I didn't have to pull it up or scale it or do anything. It was all perfect. I just dropped it in and it was done. That's how it should be. And notice, I'm going to pull this over and I'm going to fit it up against this block. Just to double check our center. Alright. Now you see, it actually doesn't work right there because if you look, the center's on this corner right here. So I'm just going to rotate that around 180 degrees. There we go. Move that sucker back. Alright, perfect. Looks great. And the other side fits nice and perfect as well. Alright, that is how you export you export from Maya to UDK, setting it up properly, and also fixing your scaling issues at the same time. Alright, thanks very much. Have a good day.